The business strategy game is an online strategy simulation designed for and primarily used at the senior and MBA level strategy and policy course at college and university business schools. Instructors divide students into teams, and each team manages an athletic footwear company in competition with other student-managed companies, all from within the same class. Students do not compete against any other teams or students outside of the class. Each student in the class will register a student account. To do so, go to www.bsg-online.com and click the button for new students. Then follow the registration instructions that appear. There's a link to a video demonstrating the registration procedure as well. After registering an account, students may log in anytime using the email address and password that was specified during account registration. Upon login, students arrive at the corporate lobby for their assigned company. The corporate lobby serves as each team's home for managing their athletic footwear company. The buttons across the top provide access to many important features and items. The Player's Guide, a PDF file that you may download, print, or view online, is accessible through the Player Materials button. Access to the schedule of events that the instructor has set up for the simulation is gained through the Decision Schedule button. Any additional assignments the instructor might add to the simulation are available through the Assignments button. If a student encounters a technical issue, the Support button will allow an email to be sent to BSG Technical Support, and a prompt reply will be sent. The Messages and Deadlines box will warn of any upcoming deadlines for decision rounds or other simulation assignments, as well as provide access to the Message Center, where messages may be sent between teammates and to the course instructor through the BSG internal messaging system. The Exchange Rates box shows all of the exchange rates for the previous decision year and the current decision year, and the impact in percentage terms that the fluctuation between those rates will have on current year revenues and costs. These exchange rates are updated automatically by the system every decision round and shown in a table both for students and instructors. The interest rate box at the left shows all of the current interest rates for the different types of loans that are available, and each company's interest rate will depend on its credit rating. Interest rates are updated automatically each round by the system and always shown in a table both for students and instructors. Above the interest rate table, there is a scoreboard box which shows the game-to-date scores for all the teams in the class. The Decisions and Reports box at the left shows the names of all the company co-managers, when they last logged in, and when they last saved decision entries. To manage the athletic footwear company, students use the Decisions and Reports program by clicking the green button, and the Decisions and Reports program will appear in a new window. There are 10 different decision entry screens used to manage the athletic footwear company: corporate social responsibility and citizenship, sales forecasting, plant capacity, where students manage the size and location of the company's production facilities, branded production, where the athletic footwear is manufactured in the plants, distribution, where the finished product is shipped from the plants to warehouses in the 4 different geographic regions that the company competes in: North America, Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific, and Latin America. Companies market their athletic footwear in the Internet marketing segment, where they sell directly to retail customers through the company website. Wholesale marketing, the screen currently being shown, where athletic footwear is sold to local footwear retailers or shoe stores. The wholesale market segments are the largest segments that companies compete in. And athletic footwear is also marketed in the private label segment, where companies may bid to sell large lots of shoes to large retailers who then place their own brand names on the shoes, called the private label market, which functions much like a commodity market. And so there are three very distinct and different market segments that each company may compete in each of the four geographic regions. Students may contract with celebrities to endorse their brand of athletic footwear, and the final decision entry screen, finance and cash flow. Through these 10 different decision entry screens, students manage every functional area of the business. The decision entry screens are designed to provide as much feedback as possible directly on the screen so that students may make well-informed decision entries without the need to calculate or search for data. While a decision entry screen may appear complicated at the beginning, the design is fairly straightforward. The blue sections are where decision entries are made, and the gray and red-colored sections provide automatic feedback whenever a decision entry is supplied. When a decision entry is made, the numbers update automatically, so students receive immediate feedback as entries are changed, and they can enter and change decisions as often as necessary, trying different decision scenarios, and saving their entries to the BSG servers with the Save button in the top right corner. Decision entries can be saved and changed as many times as desired until the assigned decision round deadline occurs. In this example, the company is working on year 13. Each decision-making round represents 1 year of company operations, and the business strategy game begins at year 11. So there are 10 years of history. Students take over their company at year 11 and manage it for up to 10 scored rounds through year 20 if the instructor schedules that many. Back in the corporate lobby, you can see that the deadline for the decision entry round is shown in the reminders box, and so students have until that date and time to complete their decision entries on every decision entry screen. When the decision round deadline arrives, all of the entries that have been made on all of the decision screens for all teams in the class will be collected by the BSG system, run through a processing program, and the results for the round delivered in the form of reports that are available further down on the decision menu within about 15 minutes of the deadline that the instructor has set. All students in the class, including the instructor, will receive an email from the system announcing that the round is complete and that the results for the round are ready for review. The first report that appears on the Decision and Reports menu is called the Footwear Industry Report, and page 1 of the Footwear Industry Report shows the scoreboard for the most recently completed decision round. This example class consists of 8 companies, each assigned a letter, A, B, C, D, and so on, and you can see the names that these companies have chosen, and the overall score for the most recently completed decision round at the right. Below that, the game-to-date scoreboard shows the overall game-to-date score, which represents all years combined. And each company's performance is scored on 5 different variables, and they are listed beginning on page 2 of the Footwear Industry Report. Earnings per share, the first scoring variable. And here you can see the earnings per share performances of all the teams in the class for the first 2 decision rounds that have been completed so far. Return on equity is the second scoring variable, and here are all the ROE percentages. Further down the page, stock price, the third scoring variable. And on page 3, credit rating, which ranges from a low of C- to a high of A+. And the final scoring variable, the image rating, and the image rating is a measure of each team's image in the global marketplace on a scale of 0 to 100. And the image rating is a function of each company's market share, quality of athletic footwear, and efforts in corporate social responsibility and citizenship. So the Footwear Industry Report is a 7-page financial summary of the performance of each team in the class. And every student, including the instructor, receives the Footwear Industry Report at the end of every decision round. Here on page 5, financials for each company, income statement data, balance sheet data, financial ratio calculations, and credit rating data. So the Footwear Industry Report is a very complete financial summary of each team's performance. The second set of reports available to students after each decision round, the competitive intelligence reports. And here on the market snapshot page, you can see competitive data for every company competing in every segment of each geographic region. Here, the North America region shown by default, but access to the other regional reports is available through a button at the top. And all of the variables that affect market share for each company in each market segment are shown in the report, company by company. Price, product quality, number of models, advertising budget, rebates, retail outlets, retailer support, delivery time, and celebrity appeal all impact the market share, and here all the market share percentages for each company as well. So the competitive intelligence reports provide very important competitive and strategic data and merits careful study and examination at the end of each decision round. The third set of reports that are generated at the end of each decision round, called the company operating reports, are specific to each company. Each team has access to its own plant operations report, distribution and warehouse report, marketing and administrative, private label report, income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow, but not the reports of their competitors. If a question arises about any specific report, there's always a help button at the top, which provides specific information on every line appearing in the report. All help pages are printable, downloadable, and using the Control F function, searchable. Every page of every report has a help button, as well as each decision entry screen. So here on the branded sales forecast screen, click the help button, and the help page for the branded sales forecast will appear. At the bottom left of the Decision and Reports program, there is the Communication Center. All team member names will appear, and when a team member is online, a highlight will appear next to the name. A separate video showing how the Communication Center is used is available through a link here in the corporate lobby. Furthermore, videos explaining every decision entry screen may be found under the Player Materials button, Help Pages and Video Tutorials item, and a short 3 to 5 minute video is available for every decision entry screen and every page of the footwear industry report. This completes our tour of the student side of the business strategy game. If you have any questions, click the contact or support link in the top right and send us an email.